Afternoon, and thank you for joining us this afternoon. I'm Mike Culbertson, President of Lee County Bank. In today's webinar, we want to discuss the key points in the notice of change that was mailed out to customers and take the opportunity to answer any questions you may have about the upcoming merger with Two Rivers Bank and Trust. Joining me today is Liz Ross, Chief Retail Banking Officer with Two Rivers Bank and Trust. I'm going to turn it over to Liz right now, and she can walk you through the important details. Liz?
All right. Thank you, Mike. Just want to confirm, can everyone hear us okay? There is a Q&A, so I just want to see, can someone perhaps in the Q&A confirm that you can hear us? Thank you. Well, that was a good practice for the Q&A. So those of you who may be new to the webinar, I want to just give you a little bit of a tutorial. On your screen, you should see a Q&A section. Throughout the discussion today, you will have an opportunity to send questions to the group so everyone can read those, or you can choose to send a question kind of anonymous, privately, I guess I should say. So I hope that I will answer your questions throughout the webinar, but we will take a break here and there and look at the Q&A and answer those. Additionally, we do have Tamra with us today, and she is being our gracious panelist or assistant to check the Q&A, and also just along the way she will support and answer questions on behalf of Lee County Bank perhaps. So the topic that we're going to go over on this Coffee and Connect is really going to be the preparations and potential questions you may have on the changeover, what to expect from November 3rd essentially to November 6th and thereafter. So I am sharing on the screen the notice of change that was mailed to everyone to provide really a great high overview of just general things that may be changing and potential important dates and notices of action that you need to take. So number one, I want to highlight over the weekend when we make our transition from Lee County Bank to Two Rivers Bank and Trust, the bank will be closed, Lee County, on Saturday, November 4th. So I do want to highlight that. Now, during that weekend, you will not have disruption to your current debit card, to your account. You'll be able to continue to make purchases with your Lee County Bank card. And if you have questions, if you call the branch on Saturday, you will be directed to our customer support team in Burlington. They're going to be able to just answer general questions, maybe remind you why they're closed if you called and couldn't get someone. They won't have access to your balance information until Monday, but we'll have a great support team there to answer questions that you may have. So I wanted just to capture that. Then additionally, those same individuals throughout the first 2 weeks of the change of the transition to Two Rivers Bank and Trust, we plan to have those same individuals answer calls that might come into the branches, because we know that we're going to have customers coming in and needing, that one-on-one attention in branch. And so we have a support team of individuals to take the phone calls. So I just wanted to capture and explain how that process will work. And after those few weeks, then you will, if you call a local branch, you will get the local branch after those just first few weeks of transition. All right, so let's get into some really important details. I'm going to scroll and really highlight what can you expect over the next couple weeks. You're going to be getting a paper statement that's going to be mailed at the end of business on November 3rd. So you can expect the week of the 6th through the 10th, you'll get that statement. It may be for a very short time period. If your normal statement produces and comes to you at the end of month, you may only get a short statement of 2 or 3 days. Depends, on how many transactions. You might not have any transactions during that time period. We are required with a change to cut a paper statement to all customers. If you normally get your statement online, you will get a paper statement. So I want to address that. That is a question that does come up quite often. Wait, I have an electronic statement. Why am I getting paper? It does not mean that we have changed your statement delivery. It's going to remain then after that, just as it has in the past. It's just your what we call kind of final statement cut from Lee County Bank, and then you'll start with Two Rivers, and you'll get your statement as normally anticipated in the mail or online, end of month, or where, at whatever time you would normally get that. All right, so next thing I'm going to talk about is debit cards. Debit cards should have already been received. Last week, I believe, 2 weeks ago even, they were hitting mailboxes, and customers were really excited and wanted to start activating those cards. You will need to wait and activate the new Two Rivers Bank and Trust card on Monday, November 6th. So hold on to those cards. If you have not received a card, you can put that in the chat and we can follow up with you. But all cards should have been received by now. Just need to hold on to that card and then make yourself a reminder to activate that card the morning of the 6th. And then you can also call and activate a new PIN number on that card. And what you will need to do, if you want to set a PIN number, you'll do that after you activate it. It's a 2-step process. You won't be able to activate and set your PIN on one call. All right. A couple other things. If you use our ATMs will be not accepting deposits. I did skip over this, so I want to go back. From November 3rd on Friday until November 7th. So if you normally come to an ATM and make a deposit, you will need to come in branch and make your deposit during that time. Debit cards, you will have a brand new debit card number. So if you have in the past used your Lee County debit card to process a bill of some sort, payments on a certain website that you use frequently, you will need to call that vendor, that company, and give them the new Two Rivers Bank and Trust debit card number. There is no change to your actual banking account, your checking account number, but the debit card, it is a whole new number, and that is one action that you'll need to take if you have your payments coming off of your debit card. We'll talk a little bit soon about reoccurring ACH or payments or credits to your checking savings account. There will be no change or no action, but I just want to preface on the debit card, there will be a requirement to call and give the new Two Rivers debit card number. All right, I'm going to take a minute. I see there's been some answered questions. Thank you, Tamara. So asking about the debit card, when to activate. We had a great question about Christmas clubs automatically rolling over, and it will have the automatic transfer. Tamara answered that. Yes, it will. Will you have historic statement information in your online banking? Was a great question. So I'll answer that. When it comes to the internet banking, you will need to, if you want to have your own copies, you'll need to go and access and print those prior to November 3rd, as Tamara has indicated. And if you forget, if you don't get a chance, don't panic. We will take care of that. We will be able to give you statement printouts after you come in. It might take us some time. We'll need to do that and then have them printed and then get them to you. but you will not have that historical statement information in your online banking. All right, overdraft protection, really no change here. If you currently have an account offsetting balances so you don't go overdrawn, if you're opted in to allow you to go overdrawn if you make a purchase, there will be no interruption in those types of services. So overdraft protection unchanged. Already talked a little bit about online and mobile banking, but let's dig a little deeper into that. So on November 3rd at 4 o'clock, that is when the Lee County Bank online and mobile app will go down. You will no longer be able to access. I will tell you, you may forget. So we talked earlier, it's Saturday, you go in, you're perhaps paying your bills, you can't get to the site. If you call us, our customer support team, they're just going to remind you, oh, yes, as part of our, merger to Two Rivers Bank and Trust, the online banking was down yesterday at 4, and you'll be able to get back in on your new online banking on Monday morning, November 6th. So on November 6th, you will have the ability to then go to the Two Rivers Bank and Trust website and log in to your internet banking. I'm going to take a minute and just show you what that may look like. Because I know if you're like me, you're visual and you want to really get an idea. So, all right. Let's say you go to the Lee County Bank website on that morning. So when you go, if you have it saved or you go to the Lee County Bank website that morning, you will get a pop-up and a redirect that will tell you to go to and take you to the Two Rivers Bank and Trust website. So if by chance you do forget and you go to Lee County Bank first, we will then redirect you and we'll go to Two Rivers, and that website is tworivers.bank. So that will then come to the tworivers.bank, the Two Rivers Bank and Trust website. What you're going to do is you're going to click the login. You're going to enter your current username. You're going to hit login. You're not going to hit enroll. You're not going to hit forgot your password. And then as we have indicated, we've sent some emails out and we'll continue to remind you. The initial password is going to be the last 4 digits of your social security number. So if you enter that, then the next screen, it will prompt you to update your password, which you can update to the password you were using previously. So really no changes to your username and password. We just have to get through this initial login to get that that up and going on the Two Rivers online and mobile app. I'm going to pause for a minute. Any questions on that piece of it? All right, I had some questions, nothing around internet banking, so I'm gonna wait and go back and talk about some of the questions that are coming through. So we talked about going to a browser and going online. I want to draw your attention to the document here that I'm sharing again that has our app, and this is in color. Our app looks just like the white background. It has the yellow sun and the waves. It's called My Two Rivers. You can prepare yourself and go into the App Store now and go ahead and download that. not a problem. You won't be able to log in yet, but you can download that and have it ready. You'll do the same process to log in. You'll put in your current username and the last 4 of your social on that app the morning of the 6th. All right. Let's see. The other thing I want to make sure you know that we have and will be emailing customers the steps to log in that first day on the 6th. If you do not receive those steps by I would say next Wednesday, you can stop by a branch or give us a call and we can make sure we send those to you. We have a document that outlines the steps, and I went over basically those first few, how to log in for the very first time, entering your current username, entering the last 4 of your social. All right. We're going to talk about bill pay next. So bill pay, as we will go down on the 3rd, as far as our app, the bill pay actually will be unavailable starting the 2nd at 4 o'clock. Bill payees and history will be converted. So you will have those on the new app. You don't have to capture the payees and do anything of that nature. And then you'll be able to start, review and make sure everything came over when you log in on the 6th. You'll review, make sure nothing has been dropped off or missed, and then start scheduling and getting your payments started just as you had in the previous app. All right, talking about loan payments next. No changes to terms and conditions for loans. Payments can be made at the Lee County Bank branches on Friday the 3rd. And then starting on the 6th, you can make payments at any branch of Two Rivers Bank and Trust. You no longer need to use your coupon book after the 6th. So just something that you can think about. You wouldn't need to bring that in if you previously did or mail that in. We do not need a coupon. All right, I know we've had a few questions about miscellaneous services, routing number, account numbers. So checks. You will be able to continue to use the checks that you have today with the Lee County Bank routing number and your account number. Two Rivers Bank, as we acquire and do the merger between the two, we will accept checks with the Lee County Bank routing number. We will continue to accept the Lee County Bank routing number until years, go by and we just see that as an obsolete and it's no longer needed. Any new checks we order, though, we will put Two Rivers Bank and Trust. You'll see the change to the actual bank name, and you'll see the routing number for Two Rivers Bank and Trust. So that transition will happen, but you do not need to come in and order new checks if you do not need checks. There will be no changes to direct deposits or automatic payments. So that was one question that I saw in the chat. If I have direct deposit from my employer, from Social Security, will that go in my account on the 3rd or the 10th? Yes, there will be no interruption of those payments. We will redirect those payments, routing number and the account number from Lee County Bank to Two Rivers Bank and Trust. Same thing is set for automatic payments. Those will have no disruption. You will have the same account number and we will honor the payments with the Lee County Bank routing number. If you have put in, there was a good question on bill pay. If I put in and it looks like Tamara is typing an answer and did answer that. So I'll jump over there. if my current, so I'm going to go back to some of the questions we have. If a current debit card is linked to a savings and a checking, will the new card be the same? And that is yes, that is no change to that. We will continue to use the routing number for Lee County Bank, but we will ask you to use the Two Rivers Bank and Trust routing number when we order new checks. And if you set up new payments, we will ask that you use the new Two Rivers routing number. So, but again, we've talked about, existing, those payments will not be disrupted. Let's see. If you already put in a bill pay for, let's say, the 10th of November, best practice would be when you log in on the 6th, you would just want to make sure that you look at that and it is scheduled to still go on the 10th. Great question. And then we had a question about bill payments. If they're scheduled before the 3rd, or the payment was made before the 3rd, but they're scheduled after, yes. The bill pay file will pull the payments and then they should carry over. Again, we'll want you to look on the 6th and make sure that you've seen those payments come out of your account. Thank you to my wonderful assistant, Tamara. She is doing a phenomenal job answering these questions. And it may be redundant, but I know some folks, it's just easier for me to read them and bring up because it may be a question that you had in your mind. Let's see. Safety deposit boxes. I know there's been some great questions on that. Will there be any changes? No, annual rent will still come out. Payment dates will not change. If you have auto debit, you will get a discount of $5 and that will come out of your account. Cash advance, if that is something that you have done previously, come into a branch and ask us to process on perhaps a credit card, a cash advance. We will no longer process cash advances after the 3rd of November. That will be a service. And, quite frankly, most of those types of transactions can be done at the ATM. So we encourage customers to use that as a different option. All right. If you are a business service customer, so something along the lines of ACH origination, remote deposit capture, you should have already received some communication from our treasury management team. If that is not the case, please let us know and we will make sure someone gets in contact with you right away. But from a business services standpoint, we have a treasury management team that has really been working diligently to make that transition smooth for those customers. Asking for question, will the ATM refunds continue with the big accounts? Yes, so the big accounts will, what we call is grandfather. So if you're in a big account, you will continue to have the big account and there will be the same benefits from that account, but we will no longer open additional big accounts. So if you come in and want to open a big account on or after the 6th, that's not a product that we will offer going forward. We review products and services on an ongoing basis and we launch new products. So it's not to say that in the future there might be a similar product like the big account, or on Two Rivers side, we have called it the WOW account. So those ATM refunds will continue. And someone else asking about a cash advance. Again, that is when essentially you use a credit card and want to pull money off your credit card, and we use it like a terminal and swipe that. So in the past, you've maybe used that as a service. You'll be able to use our ATM machine to take money off of your credit card. All right, I want to talk a little bit about some of the enhancements. We will still, yeah, you will still be able to cash checks. That was a question that came in. Absolutely, you can cash checks in and use the ATM to cash checks, essentially deposit and withdraw the money. You will be able to use any of our locations across Iowa to cash your Two Rivers checks. Just going to pause on another minute and see, are there any other questions related to the changes? Tamara, I know you may be on mute. Is there anything else you would like to add? And I will take silence as a no. Well, okay, so I'm just going to take some time here and continue to answer questions. Someone asked, will alerts need to be reset? Yes, you will need to go into the mobile or online banking platform and set up alerts. We have lots of different alerts to choose from on the account level or on the debit card level. As I understand today, you guys use a separate application for alerts. Everything will be right inside of the online banking or the mobile app, and you can set those alerts right from there. You'll be able to set balance alerts. You'll be able to turn your debit card on and off. You can also restrict your debit card from making purchases altogether. Perhaps you want to say, I don't want my card to be able to be used online. So you can turn that off essentially. And then if you want yourself to go and use your card, you can turn it back on, use your card, and then turn it back off. So that I use the alerts and the restrictions on my cards. It's great product and service. I think you'll really enjoy that. And then someone asked about account numbers changing. No, essentially, the majority of customers have not had any change to their account numbers. We did not identify a very small group. If you are going to have a change to your account number, you would have been sent a letter. So if you have not received that, then you will not have any change to your account number. All right, so let me talk a little bit about a few of the other things that you might notice as you go into the mobile app for the first time or use your debit card. And then I want to talk about some upcoming opportunities for our Coffee and Connect around these services. So Geezeo is a tab within your online banking or mobile that you can make budgets. You can track all of your accounts across any, whether it be bank or investment platform, look at your cash flow, manage, assets and liabilities. So it's a really tremendous service that we offer within our mobile and online applications. We're going to have future webinars actually and really dig into the Geezeo product and what that looks like. Next, Zelle will be the opportunity for you to use within the app or online. You can pay a person. So Zelle is built in, so you don't have to log in separately or download a separate app. Venmo, if you use Zelle today within the app, you could essentially delete it and then use it right within your online banking or the mobile app. So I think you'll really enjoy that. Fast and easy way right in the app. We talked about alerts, how you can set those up for deposits, low balances, etc. You can manage your cards. And then as you may have noticed on the cards that you received in the mail, you're going to have the ability to tap to pay. So that's at the pump or at a checkout, you can just simply tap your card rather than inserting that into or swiping it to pay. And then we offer mobile wallet. So you can actually add your debit card to your wallet in your phone and utilize paying for I use it all the time to pay for pizza. It's just, I click Apple Pay and then it takes it, puts my card. I have to put my card number in a site. It just authenticates through the mobile wallet. And that's a tokenized transaction. So it's much more secure than the standard entering in the debit card information or swiping at a checkout. So really awesome, enhanced with the mobile wallet. As you will get into our online banking, you'll notice that we have chat within there. So you can chat with us and ask questions. So we hope you use that feature. And then at our branches, Burlington, Keokuk, I know the Fort Madison and West Point are kind of right in the middle. We do have what we call an interactive teller machines. And so those can be visited before and after hours. So at 7:30 in the morning, they're open. They stay open until 5:30 in the evening, Monday through Thursday. On Friday, they stay open until 6, and they're open on Saturday. You can actually go up to one of those machines and tap, and you speak and work with a real live individual, just like you would with a teller in the drive-through or in a branch. So interactive teller machines, something you should definitely check out when you visit our branch on Roosevelt. And then we have one at the branch on Concert Street in Keokuk. We do have telebanking as well. So a toll-free number that you can call. The number is located here, and that is basically a 24-hour service, and you'll enter your PIN and set that up for the first time. You can call day or night and get a balance. All right, I am going to pause for a minute. We have a question about Quicken. And yes, it does interface in a similar way. And if you actually go to the Two Rivers website and to our digital banking page, we have all of our resources for the Quicken, QuickBooks, etc. So you can go out and grab those now, but after you log in, after the 6th, we'd be happy to also walk you through that and make sure you get everything up and running. All right, somebody was asking if they need to notify Social Security, Medicare of a new routing number. No, you do not. The only time you would need to do that is potentially if you set up a brand new payment or you go to your, get a new job, then we would ask that you go ahead and provide the Two Rivers routing number as of the 6th and after. And I'm going to go ahead and take the last one. I'll take your name, and we can absolutely get you a copy of the what I've presented today, the document here. We can email that or have you stop by and pick that up if we don't have your email. All right. So I talked a little bit about Coffee and Connect. I want to draw your attention on November 10th. We are asking customers to please stop in and have coffee and connect with us. And we are going to be helping make sure you are in the online banking, the mobile app. So if you want to bring your laptop, obviously most people don't go anywhere without their mobile device. And we will take the time that you need to walk you through. That's from 9 to 11. We'll have many people here. Maybe you can't get in, maybe you're locked out. We will be happy to help you. The 10th is a fun day. We'll have some great coffee and some treats, but you can come in anytime, obviously the 6th or after, and we'd be happy to help you. So during that time, you can visit one of our West Point location or the main branch here on Avenue F in Fort Madison, November 10th from 9 to 11. And we'd be happy to make sure everything is going well for you in the app. Maybe you have a question about setting up alerts or using Zelle. Please don't hesitate to come in and we will get you all squared away. And then additionally, on November 16th, Thursday, from 1 to 2, we will be hosting a webinar similar to this. But during that time, I'm actually going to log into online banking and show everyone around. Maybe, you know, if you want an opportunity to really understand the new things, what, you know, how to navigate, we will be hosting that on the 16th, and you'll get an invitation just like you did with today's webinar, and we'll ask you to register. Today's webinar, in addition to the one on the 16th, they're both recorded. And so they will be made available on the website for you to maybe, you know, you want to watch this again or listen to it again and kind of hear the things that I've highlighted. And then on the 16th, we'll have that recorded so you can watch and understand if you can't attend it in person, or if you simply want to do that a second run through. So I want to highlight those events coming up and just encourage you to please come and participate on those events. But also, we would be happy to take care of you before then. And if you happen to be, as I mentioned, in Burlington, Keokuk, anytime after the 6th, our staff would be happy to help you, you know, with the exact, you know, debit card, online banking, your mobile app. Any of our 14 locations are going to be able to serve you on November 6th and after. So we're really excited about this great transition and partnership and the change to Two Rivers Bank and Trust. And if you have any additional questions, you can stop by a branch or give us a call. And let's see, just seeing if we have any other questions. The time again on the 10th, we're doing the Coffee and Connect from 9 to 11. All right, I'm making a note. We've got someone who said they had not received any information, so I am making a note of that, and we will absolutely follow up and get that information taken care of. All right. Are there any other questions? I've got, oh, you're welcome. Yeah. Someone said, thank you for the information. You're welcome. I really enjoyed today talking about these wonderful topics and making sure everybody feels prepared for the change over the coming weeks. And please reach out if you need to. I've got a few customers that we will follow up with that needs some of the information here today. Okay, got one. Tamara, do you want to put in the chat to everyone, what is remind us the email that can be sent here? Excuse me, the general email to Lee County Bank. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I need to take a drink. I've been talking too much. If you would put in the general Q&A, or actually I can type it on the screen. If you type it to me, then I will put it here. So if anyone else wants to get a hold of us on missing information, maybe they didn't get a packet, I'm going to type that right here. I believe it is. All right, give me just another second. I'm just finding that making sure I give the right email address out here. And somebody wanted to know what the routing number is for Two Rivers Bank and Trust, so I can go ahead and and say that out loud. The routing number is 0739 00577. Give me just another second. I'm just making sure I confirm the email address that we need to send. All right, I'm having a hard time. What I'm going to do, I am going to make sure that everyone who received the webinar email, that they get a follow-up with the with that email that you can reach out to should you have any additional needs or questions, and we can get you a packet sent. All right. Well, with that, I think we will end the webinar today. I appreciate everyone's participation. We had about 30 people on today and over 30 questions. So you guys have been fantastic. I appreciate your involvement and attention to make this a great experience. And please let us know if there's absolutely anything we can do to make it a great transition for you all. So thank you. The email with the verification and the Two Rivers site, yeah, I think Tamara has that handy, but I'll pull that up too just in case. All right, the email with the login instructions is going out on Monday. And then you should get another email on the day of, on 11/6, that will also remind you of that. So a couple different options there. All right, well, I appreciate everyone's participation. If you have a question after we end, you can give us a call at a branch and we will send a follow-up email as well if there is additional questions. Thank you.